Hello and what is up everyone, Thunderbob here, and I am checking out, of course, some more Diablo 2 Resurrected. This is a character build that I have a little bit of experience with. This is a JABAZON. This is an Amazon who primarily works with Jab and Fend. I think Fend is primarily what you use. You max out both of these skills. You max out your Valkyrie and Decoy to have something to soak up some damage. Penetrate for attack rating, some critical strike, nothing in the bow tree at all. And there you have it. It's a pretty simple build. Let's go through the items real quick. Breath of the Dying. It's an interesting. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is basically play through Andariel on player 1, and then depending on how effective we are, we're going to play through some player 8 and see how this character does. And I have some experience with this type of character. I played one very, very long time ago, and I want to say I got to around level 60 and I found it just didn't really work for me. I think they need to buff it a little bit. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe things have changed. I'd say it's doing enough damage for a player 1 game at least. And this skill does have the same kind of bugs that like Zeal, Strafe, Fury has, where if you get interrupted or if like you miss your first attack, it seems like you always miss your later attacks. It's just something you kind of have to deal with. That fire is overwhelming, but I can't take it off because I need the strength to use my gear. So, sorry about that. And it's actually working pretty well in player 1. Not my favorite Amazon build by far. I definitely prefer. I think Lightning Fury is my absolute favorite. And then I also played that Frost Maiden recently, which surprisingly I really enjoyed. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, and it really surprised me how effective it was. Of course, I played a JABAZON, focusing on multi-shot and strafe before, and I feel like they work pretty well, but they could use a little bit of a buff maybe. Lightning Fury is the best though. Doing a cow run and killing, 200 cows with a single blast is nothing beats that. And like I said, what I've been doing lately is kind of playing certain like iconic builds, seeing what I might want to check out when the full game comes out. And if there's any specific build that I haven't covered, and I've covered quite a few, leave me a comment below and I'll be happy to check them out. I've got, a number of builds for every class, but I haven't hit everything. And I'm definitely interested in kind of out of the norm builds. Like I recently played like a Whirlwind Assassin that I found pretty fun, and Bear Sorceress, which was surprisingly effective. Things like that that are kind of out of the norm, but also work well, I'm interested in. stuff that I didn't play back in the day that, you know, getting some experience on would be useful. I'm so excited they actually announced the release date for the full game that's coming out on September 23rd. I think I'm going to be taking that Thursday and Friday off of work. I know I'm a nerd, but I got to. I'm going to try some jab as well. They're very similar, I think. It's hard to see with so many spells going off because of my proccing. Attacks all adjacent targets. So I think that hits multiple targets, whereas this is closer to like Zeal, where it rapidly thrusts at a single target. There's that bug. I miss a single attack and they all miss. It's frustrating. That's it probably run into, is like once you start missing, you might just want to back off. Ooh. Not that I really need that. Okay. Now, we're going to check out some players 8. And see if this character can handle it. I have a feeling it might come up a little short. Let's go somewhere a little bit brighter. Yeah, this is totally not as effective. But some of it comes down to that bug where if you miss, you're kind of like, you're just screwed. I got an F ring, yeah. That's a bug I would be fine with them fixing. Like, some people are so, that they don't want anything changed from Diablo 2. I'm actually okay with some changes. You know, if they fix bugs, like the automatic miss bugs, like, you know, if they can fix some of the weaker skills without completely destroying balance, I would even be okay with some limited, you know, buffing of skills. I don't want to make any crazy changes, but fixing things like that I would be, I think, happy with. I'm not really going anywhere in particular right now, just kind of wandering around in Act 2. Let's try some... Yeah, once I get kind of surrounded and you get like... You really have to get in, get your hits, and then like run out of there. I'd say it's working okay, but not my favorite build at the moment. I think Sorceress is definitely going to be my first character no matter what, just because I feel like I need teleport on that first character. But, like, you know, I'll probably play 5 or so characters up into the 80s or 90s. That's, you know, I'd say at a minimum what I'd probably do. And right now it's like Sorceress is #1. I'm probably going to do a Paladin, like either a Hammered In or a Spider, maybe both. You know, I love the Fury Druid. probably do a Fury Druid. And then kind of picking through some of these, and depending on what drops I get, you know, there's things like the Tesla Den that I really enjoy. Things like that Frost Maiden was a lot of fun. But a lot of them are very, very gear dependent and rune dependent, and it's like, depending on my luck and what time will allow will maybe dictate what characters I make. There it is. You miss, and I'm stuck. And if I'm not careful, I'm gonna die. Alright, I made it. But yeah, there are like some idiosyncrasies to this build. I can see why people play it, but at the same time, I don't know if it's for me. I think I will end it here. Again, if there's anything in particular you want to see, leave a comment below. And if you like this, I've got a ton of Diablo 2 Resurrected videos, Project Diablo 2, VR, retro stuff. Got a ton of videos. If that's stuff you're into, why don't you check them out? And if you like them, why don't you consider subscribing? I would appreciate it. So, thank you again. Have a good night, everyone.